want to play peekaboo? I think I hear the phone.
Think back to your early childhood. Can you recall understanding the magic behind the games of peekaboo or hide and seek? Vanishing acts performed by the mere covering and uncovering of your parents' eyes. What about the feeling you got in the pit of your stomach when a parent vanished for an extended period of time? Can you recall knowing why this was? Responses to the above questions are probably no, because at that time you hadn't yet understood the phenomena of object permanence and separation anxiety. The scene begins through the eyes of an infant and represents the concept of object permanence through a game of peekaboo. Object permanence develops in Piaget's sensory motor stage of development, a period that lasts from birth to approximately 2 years old. Development of object permanence is the understanding that objects continue to exist even if the child cannot see them. In the end of the scene, the concept of separation anxiety is demonstrated by showing a state of panic when the mother leaves the room to answer the phone. Separation anxiety can also develop in Piaget's sensory motor stage of development and is when an infant has an attachment to its primary caregiver, most often its mother, and becomes extremely unsettled and upset when she leaves them. Now, let's observe the manifestation of these concepts through an adult's lens.
Baked goods for cancer research? Baked goods for cancer research? It's a great cause. Baked goods for breast cancer research. It's a great cause.
Brenda, people don't only die from breast cancer. All cancers matter, okay?
Oh my god.
It's for my aunt.
Yeah, I just need to buff out this spot.
We gotta paint the whole car.
Paint the whole car? There's only one spot.
If we paint one part of the car, we gotta paint the whole car. It all matters.
Come on.
No, this one's dying. I'm gonna give it a little bit more water.
We give each plant an equal amount of water.
See, I get that. It's just that this plant's been in the shade, and because of where it was placed, I think it deserves a little bit more water.
I'm sorry, are you saying because this one's been in the shade, it deserves to be on top of all the other plants? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm just gonna give it a little bit more water. I feel like the right side is shorter than the left, and I'd like them to match equally.
If I cut one side, I definitely have to cut the other side.
Wait. I don't need the left side cut. I just want them to be at equal lengths.
I definitely cut them both equal last time, so maybe one of your sides just goes faster than the other. Let's get started.
Extrapolating the concept of object permanence. In this case, we are drawing an extreme analogy between object permanence and the counter movement All Lives Matter. The development of object permanence allows the infant to perceive the continued existence of an object despite it not being directly on his or her view. Once developed, the infant understands that an object remains in existence even when he or she does not see it. On this example, we are likening the counter movement of All Lives Matter as an immature response to the Black Lives Matter movement. Again, taken to the extreme, we could consider the response, or more specifically its cognitive justification, as societal object permanence failure. Just because defending other groups' lives is not the focus of Black Lives Matter social movement, it does not mean that the movement implies that other lives do not matter. It doesn't even mean that they matter less. They're just not being addressed at this particular time or in this particular social situation.
If I don't get enough likes, I'm deleting it.
Moments later.
It's a really good picture. Why is no one liking it?
12 seconds later.
This is so annoying. Something must be wrong with this app.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Forget it, I'm over it. Relative to that of the concept of object permanence, when an object disappears from one site, it's not gone forever. Separation anxiety, in a broad sense, encompasses feelings of discomfort associated with separation in a psychological or physical nature from a caregiver. The psychological theory of attachment, developed by Bowlby and Ainsworth, associates child's secure attachment to caregiver to a child's feeling of competency, security, and worthiness of respect. Relationships, whether intimate, romantic, platonic, or even a step further, a neurotic fixation on the approval of others via social media, may have a correlation to that of the attachment styles developed in the early stages of development. Just as a child finds security and sense of self from the relative caretaker, social media can oftentimes serve as a means of validation, identity, and security. Separation from such entity can oftentimes result in high anxiety and extreme frustration. If you can relate to this sentiment, maybe it's time we reframe what we're allowing to take place of our caretaker.
As we see, the concepts of object permanence and separation anxiety might not be so distant to that of our own adult development.
I wonder how other child development theories are present in our adult lives.
Until next time,
Thanks for watching.